It's difficult to explain.
And I would say he's the best proof what we think from people who get inspired here. I think it's a question. It's a lot of people try to answer that question for me for many years. A lot of people was coming and say, I don't know why you're so angry when people copy your stuff. It's more like a honor. But I mean, it's easy for other people to say. It's easy for other people who not put all their life into their own art, into their own baby, to let it grow and progress, and then just say it like this because they don't know how it really feels. When you put all your life, all your effort into something, I denied everything who was really could have made it very popular. So the only reason why it's so known, it's because it get food into the world and a lot of people really like it, and not because I made many TV shows or I made promotion wherever I could. I never done it, and I put all my heart and my love and my time and my life into it. So it's very difficult to say. For me, it's sure a nice thing you inspire peoples, but it's a nice thing to inspire the right peoples doing the right thing, and not to just see people using this unrespectful, don't mention even where it comes from. We had some old clients, some copycats, they was here, they see how it's going, and then they later they talk that they learned it here, or they talk that they don't even know this place here. I mean, we seen a lot of really bad stories, or we seen a lot of copycats who use this kind of style and this kind of philosophy and treat it in a very wrong way, and in a way where I stand there and I kind of want to protect my baby, because I know this style for me, it's presents so much love and so much dedication to a different kind of lifestyle, that I absolutely hate it when people just make it to just polish their own ego, or to just pretend to be tough, or jump on a mainstream train, or use it for shocking value content to get known more fast and easy, because they use it in a completely different way. My bigger mission always was to show the world that there's such a big, beautiful life philosophy behind a lifestyle like this. And I hate people tattoo 18 years old the face or the hand straight and post it with like, oh, I ruined a life. Because sure, I choked my full life about things like this, that I love to ruin people's normal lives, but I think it's a process, and it's nice to grow into the process and to grow with the peoples in and go with them that step when they are ready, and knowing that you will give them a step where they benefit from it in later in their life. That you mean you poke that hole in their box and you want that they like rip it open and escape or find their way, but with just someone just ruin their life and later they have to laser it or they regret it, it's not really helping them, and it's not brings a good view of alternative life, of real alternative life, because it more helps society to underline that you see, that's what we say, you are like not happy when you go out of it. And I mean, it needs much more people who are very confident in an alternative lifestyle, who are very successful in an alternative lifestyle, who absolutely have nothing to regret, to give a very, very nice light of it. And that's all what always tattooing and my style was stand for it. Especially a big part of why my style was progressing was because I don't like to see the mainstream tattoo society, the mainstream tattoo industry making all these tattoos more mainstreamy, more acceptance by society. So that was a big part why my style progressed in that way. It was a big middle finger, not only against society, also against mainstream tattooing. I tried to do everything against the tattoo society, the tattoo industry, what most tattoo artists done as much as I could, and that was a big progression of my style. And so it's the same with copycats. I think I make a big difference between copycats and people influenced by my art and stand to it. And I don't make the line in the quality, you know. I don't care if someone makes something nicer with my influence or less. I care about how they treat it and what they do out of it. And that's the big underline, you know.
I think there is a very thin line between being like someone who gets inspired by the art anyone else is doing, be it like people are inspired by the PSYLAND stuff or anything else, or being a copycat. Just the part that like using the same patterns is already a little strange for me, because as far as I know, we all try to use our own self-made patterns that are like we make them for the person that we tattoo it on, and we use it like just once or twice maximum, change it, but we always try to change it a little bit. And if you use the same thing on someone else, then you had to copy it, because we spend our time on learning how to make them from scratch. And yeah, I don't know. To be influencer, to be a copycat. One, I'm not here long enough to, or I don't have opinion on that. Copycats are copycats. You should not copy. You should learn and make something of your own. Or I don't know. No, this is weird. I don't know how to answer this.
Okay. This is really deep one. Everyone can be inspired for sure with the respect, of course. When you give respect and when you show, then you take the idea from someone else, then it's not yours. Yeah, then you can. It's difficult to say. Actually, I am like, I don't know, confused about this question.
I think, you know, because it says what you think about tattoos who say that are inspired by PSYLAND. So they are already like very respectful when they at least say they are inspired from here.
Okay.
So it's also different than someone steal and hide it.
Yeah. No, I think then it's normal. Then when the style grow and many people see and like it, is normal. Then other artists want to do it for sure. The important is they have always respect for where it comes from. And yeah, everyone knows that the original is here, so
I think also the question is different for you because you also was inspired by us here.
Yeah, I was the same, and for me also it's difficult to answer to the question, because for me, come here and be part of this place and then live here, it was so intense. Then it's difficult to explain.
And I would say he's the best proof what we think from people who get inspired here. Because when people make it with the right respect and with the right love and the right attitude, they always have a place here, you know. It's not that we like be mean to everybody. It's about the respect, you know. When people taking this precious thing I created once and they treat it with unrespect, or they make it in a matter which I 100% not behind, with tattooing people straight in the faces, with going against all the very important rules for people to break out of all of this big box, or would just use it to
get
show off, to
famous
famous, to
and-
pose, to be the
Because
toughest
today
or
is
whatever.
just to show.
They don't have a
This
place
is-
here, But like lovely souls like Angelo,
I was lost and he found me.
I mean, it's the attitude I have. Some people say, yeah, what do you think from him? He makes horrible tattoos of your style. And like, yeah, but I don't mind what people make out of it. Sure, some people make something nicer out of it and some not. But I don't care about this. I care about how
person
people
is
treat it,
really important, yes.
And sure, I know there is like, you create something where a lot of people it influences crazy minds and very artistical, beautiful minds. But
And
it
there is
also
a lot of
inspirate-
crazy minds out there.
But it also inspirate like people who don't have much artistical advantage or whatever. But it doesn't matter, as long as they have joy to do it, it's still all right. And as long as they not just fuck up people straight in the face, I also don't mind, All part of
Yeah.
progression. We all start like not as the best.
For sure.
I think that is like the most important part of all of this. I had this discussion a few minutes ago, and I especially live here and never want to get a tattoo artist or something, because I think it's some crazy thing you do to creating art of someone else's body, and it will stay there forever. It is such a commitment you need for that, and it's really hard to handle when something goes wrong. And I think when you know exactly how much time and effort Little Swastika and all the people who work here and live here put in this, then it is just the right thing to do, with treating it with right respect, because we all worked our asses off that something like this can exist, and it doesn't matter if it's a trend or not, just stay the way it is. And I'm very, very sad when someone don't treat it with the right respect. I'm really sad to see bodysuits just going to waste because someone is so egoistic to put something on the body from someone else what looks so crappy, and have not even the feeling that this was not good at all, and posted it with proud. So yeah, see it with the right of respect, and then you will find your way. But yeah, to just make something out of it what's worse and not treat the art with the right respect really breaks my heart. I really can't say it enough. So when you treat it with the right respect, it's cool. But when you actually have the opportunity to see what you actually do there, then you need to see it with respect. Otherwise, you just fail.
I just take the last part of the question. I would say it's something you can be really proud of, that you get copied, especially when people note down that they are inspired by the style. Especially then, it's like, what can I say? I didn't invent this style. I learned it from Little Swastika. So I'm also in that range of people that actually started with imitation. And I would say there's always the potential when you imitate some stuff to put your own flow in it, and to put your own ideas in it, and to progress to something else, and to something, right, maybe not more, but that it becomes something on your own. And it's like we all start with, like, it's mimicking, it's how children learn and how everybody's learning. And the fact that some people just do it and claim that it's their style, that is something I don't know. It's a tough question,
It's
because
also a different question.
a different question.
Because this is more about people who make it in the
Yeah.
cool, respectful way.
Yeah, that is the thing. Like, you can it's a spectrum, and you can definitely say, like, some people pay the respect and say, like, yeah, I'm influenced by it. Sometimes you don't know what influences you. There are most probably a lot of colleagues and other tattooists in my from my friends that I'm also totally influenced by, but I don't really got that on my own or recognize this. And it happens that like after somebody told me like, oh, that seems to be really influenced by that and that person, then it pops up in my mind. So it's really hard to say, but there are definitely some people that are really disrespectful. And for those, I have to say like, I don't know, did you suffer in life? Are you really sad people? I don't know, like when you're really actually copying the whole meaning and the whole way, a session is also built up, and I don't know. Like I don't want, no, I'm not saying names in the internet, that goes too far, but it's like we have some people that like it's not that they only copy it, they really, I have to say, I have sometimes the impression they really think that they really have their own idea, that they had the whole idea on their own. And it's really just plain copy, plain in a bad way. That is also the thing, like in a bad way. And we had a lot of stories here in PSYLAND that people from other tattooists came, and it kind of looked like the work I would have done for my first or second tattoo. And then they tell me, yeah, that's another guy, and I didn't know about PSYLAND before, and it's another guy that claimed that he or she has the style invented, and he took like, I don't know how many €100.
Like 3 times as what we take.
Like
here.
3 times as what we would take here for a session, and then it's like, it looks really weird. And of course now somebody will start to claim like, yeah, but your work in the beginning didn't look so well. True that. You can always come back. I clean it up for nothing. Like, if you're not happy with the work here, you can always talk to us, communicate. Like, and don't start to talk shit, like just communicate. Write an email, write a Facebook message or Instagram, and let's talk about it. If you're not happy with something, we can talk about it and we can change it, of course. But it's not about like who did the better job on something. It's just like that you have sometimes really respectless people or disrespectful people that are just like taking what you worked for, what you probably worked really hard and long for, and then they just take it. Like we have a whole file on our computer with people that just took sketches from Basti or from me, and then they just put it on Instagram and said it's on, like they did it on their own. Like why people do that? I don't understand. No.
Yeah, it's like what means a weird question, as you say. We all imitate someone at some point. The ones I get influenced, they know I got influenced because I show my respect. And in the years when I tried to progress on myself the most, I shut down everything. I never looked at their work again because I was so scared to get more influence because it was so good, you know. It's when their stuff was so good and it's like, oh man, it's so tempting to go in that direction. And I mean, you always will see an influence.
Yeah.
And I would even say the 2 guys who influenced me, you always have seen the influence, you know, because it was the mix of Jan Black and of Xed, and that is basically what then happened, you know. That was 2 different genres of tattooing, and I just mold them together in a weird way. But still, I would always say you can see the influence. I don't know if others, but I can. And they know, or because I told them, but it's no harm, you know, because that's a good start of everything.
And it's also like what I really don't get. It's like it's not painful to say that you're influenced by someone, but to say like, no, I'm not influenced. Like I invent that style on my own. Blah blah blah.
Also for
that
the
is
customers,
really,
when they know, yeah, he got influenced by him, it's better than like, oh, you have this from PSYLAND? No, what is PSYLAND? And then you look it up, like, what is going on here? My tattooist was saying he invented it.
Yeah, that is, yeah. It's as I said, like it's like I don't get why you don't admit that you are influenced by stuff, because we all are influenced by all the things that are happening around us. It's not painful to say that.
It's not a bad thing, huh?
It's not a bad thing to say that you're influenced by. Does it make your work less specific or less special? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not even matters how it looks. It's, yeah, I mean, you make good work, you make good work. Doesn't matter if you invent it or you...
Yeah, there are most probably some people that have a better quality in their tattoos, a better healing, or are faster than me when they just imitate me. That might be. But in the end, like the main process of the idea or the sketch or something can be imitation.
It is difficult. I think when you start doing something, then you like orientate yourself on a certain style or stuff, and then you like imitate that. But I think after a while you have to like do your own thing out of it. Like then it's like inspiration. But when you just copy it, then it's not cool. Even when you say inspired by. But when you just copy, and there are a lot of people, they give credits to us, and that's good. But I think you have to go forward and do more out of it. Find your own way. And maybe when you like copy it, maybe you don't show that so much to others. Then you find your own way, then it's good.
Do you have a specific goal in mind what your evolution as tattoo artist is concerned?
I think I want make bigger ones when I start this. I don't know.
When you get bigger, you want to make bigger tattoos.
Yes.
Has anyone farted while you tattooed their assholes? Was that a yes or no?
I think it was like opening and then close it, and some air was coming out, and but this was not really a fart. It was like a
Favorite pizza topping?
I don't like pizza.
Coffee in the silent merch. Feeling so comfy in the silent merch. It's hot as hell. Find the link in the description. Oh yeah, our merch. Jewelry and print and art and stuff. We have everything just for you. Oh yeah.